So as I said at the end of my last video, when we did the doilies of all this natural beige and cream and bone colour, I was going to show you, for those of you who don't have a lot of the crocheted doilies, if you've got embroidered doilies, which you can get at the op shops or the $2 shop sometimes, if you've got any of those, you can use those instead, and you can put a bit of colour in where I just had the cream coloured things. Now I'll set that just aside for a moment. That's one I'm making up, which ends up about 13.5 by 13.5. It actually is for a bedside table I have here. So I've done that to a specific size. You'll do the same thing. This is your squares, 7-inch squares. I haven't sewn them down yet. I've cut pieces from the doilies, you can see, put them in there. Just cut them out. That's a little flower. And just as a quick hint, that's the 505, because that doesn't leave any stickiness. So when you ask me about that, that's what I use. It will hold it down until I sew it. So just put you'll need just, again, you'll just need a few of these. If you haven't got these doilies, you could cut circles out even from a nice fabric that you've got, and then put a bit of lace around the edge. That would serve the purpose as well. So I've done it exactly the same. This one too, a nice piece of embroidered work, and I will sew those down. And this is what I'm working on here. So I've put my 4 squares together. Now when you come to, let me find my thing, when you want to quilt, I'm going to quilt so that that wavy line runs really nice. I just use a template. This is a Westerly template. I just use that and an iron off pen to mark my stitch line. So I'll just go around here, and that will be the line I will sew on for my quilting, because I have sandwiched it. Use any template you've got. I have a couple of different sizes. Sometimes you can use it for ordinary quilting on your inset pieces. So I will go and stitch that down now, quilt it down. I've got my 3 layers together, and like I say, this is a specific size for my bedside cabinet. So I've tried to keep the blue in there and the pink and reds in that one, and then blue again, but you can use whatever colours you've got. I've got a multitude of colours, so I will use anything I've got. My quilting is all complete round here. It looks really nice, I think. Now, as I said before, this is going to be on a bedside table, a nightstand top, and I'm going to make another one to match this. Fortunately, I have got sufficient in those patterns to do that. And when I come to making, you could add 2. You can see that without the binding. You can add 2 more. You can make it longer, you can make it shorter, a table runner. But when I come to do the piece for my dressing table, I'm actually going to put it that way and cut my squares off at that point so that my pattern goes that way for the dressing table. I have stitched my wadding. I'll turn this over. I have hand stitched it. My hand stitching isn't good, as most of you know, but I've stitched it to the back, quilted, because I felt that with all this lovely hand embroidery, I wouldn't do it justice if I just left machining on top on the binding. Just a quick tip, this is a different doily to what I've used there, but this is a handmade tablecloth. These are pieces of a handmade tablecloth, and you can see on the back it's all hand stitched, so, and hand crocheted on. But when you come to taking your doily out of the tablecloth, there's a row that hooks on all the way around. They could have left this doily with just that first lacy piece on, but they didn't. They added another row. So I just snip through that piece, and any stray little pieces I will trim off. But that's the way to cut them out so that you don't get fraying edges. That's just a handy hint for you. The other thing is, if you've only got little doilies, you can still use them. You could still use a quarter, make it a little bit smaller. You can use any of them. I mean, you could even use something like this. You could, if you've got more than one of them, you could put that in and stitch in a nice embroidery or something all the way around. You don't have to have a tremendous amount. So just to do this one, 1, 2, 3, 4 was one doily, 1, 2, 3, 4 was 2. So it took 2 doilies and embroidery work to finish this off. So we're finished. I'd just like, before I sign off, to say a big hello to Dawn in Austin in Texas. Dawn sent me a photograph of a pop-out I Spy quilt that she had made from a pattern she got in my Etsy shop, and it was really beautiful. So I'd just like to say thank you to her, and anybody who's got photos of the work that they've done, do send them to me, because I really like to see them. I like to see what everybody's doing. I'm a bit curious like that, to see how people work different things out. So it's a good thing to do. And if you've enjoyed this, and I hope you have, remember to give us a thumbs up, like, and subscribe, and press the notification bell, because it really encourages me. Last week, so many of you gave wonderful comments and likes and everything, and you viewed the doily work that I'd done. It really does encourage me to carry on and create new things. So join me next time. Have a look in the Etsy shop, as I said, and join me next time for another project.